Today I have an extremely packed day. Breakfast is going to be at the Mayflower Hotel. Incredibly historic, so I'm really looking forward to that. Then I have booked myself onto another tour of the US Capitol building. I'm having terrible pangs of guilt that I went as far as the outside walls and never went inside, so I booked myself on another tour at short notice. I would also like to go to the National Art Museum today and see a couple of paintings and test the energy of those. And then I'm going to, very final thing, dress up in some fancy pants and shoes and go out for a real dinner to celebrate my trip to Washington DC. So I found it. This is the historic Mayflower Hotel. It takes up the entire block. This, I'm thinking, is the official entrance to the Mayflower Hotel. Yeah, I was on the wrong street. I was trying to get in the tradesman's entrance. This is quite grand, I have to say. For a Marriott, it's pretty grand. These are all meeting rooms down here, and I think every single one has got some kind of conference going on at it, something to do with cardiovascular care, I think. Nice. I just want to see if the food is all bad for your heart. I can't believe that this free food is for me. They must have a function on here. Of course, my temptation is just to treat it as a personal buffet and start eating it. It's all laid out, but I don't think any of it is for me, or my class of person. This is their signature banana bread at the Mayflower Hotel. The Mayflower has been open for 100 years this year. It opened in 1925. I think the first event was Calvin Coolidge's inaugural ball. And interestingly, it was here in 1933, I think, that Roosevelt, in one of the rooms upstairs, I think he lived here for a while, Franklin D. Roosevelt, but he wrote his There's Nothing to Fear But Fear Itself speech in his room upstairs.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
So this is historic for that alone. They spelled avocado wrong. Avocado. It was a convent, I think, before it opened as a hotel. But over the years, it has changed hands so many times. It was a Hilton, I think, at one point, and now it's a Marriott, and is quite interesting. The feel of it is still oldie worldy. It's like they haven't fixed the seats or anything. The seats still are scratched and broken, and they have their 1925 signature banana bread still. You get 3 pieces. This is colossal. I'd probably have less trouble with my digestive system if I ate a convent rather than eating this much banana bread. Maybe I'll have to take it away with me. But here you go. Oh my God. That is really good though. In amidst all this kerfuffle, I really want to get a wall or something that's original and touch it and then get some kind of vibe off it, I hope. You can't really tell what's renovated and what isn't. I'm going to make an assumption that these pillars here are from the original building. They look like they are. They're all cracked, and if they were to take them away, the building would fall down. So I'm assuming that these are authentic. Let me just touch this for a second. It's like looking into a pit. As though there's a big hole down here. Instead of it being a solid thing that goes up, it's like a hole that goes down into the earth. I wonder what's under here. I wonder if this is something to do with when it was a convent. Because there were some real dark deeds there. Oh yeah. It was dark and it was kind of spooky, and they needed an exit, I think. There must have been some kind of secret exit so that the nuns could get out in the event of a crisis. Oh, that's what it is. So it's nothing to do with this hotel. This hotel was simply built on what the nuns started. So this is all gloss. This is all just nothing. It's what went underneath this site that's really important and a little creepy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, wow. That is dark. I don't know what it is actually, but it just feels like a secret shaft and a passageway. And you go along the passageway and there's an escape route out of the building. Oh, those poor nuns. Yeah, that's what I get. Now, actually, I couldn't eat all the banana bread, so they gave it me in a huge bag. It's a little piece in a huge bag like this. So, because I'm strictly allergic to it, I'm going to find a homeless person and I'm going to give them a treat of Mayflower Hotel 100-year-old banana bread. So I've walked several blocks and I've still got my banana bread. I've not found anybody to give it away to. There are a lot of homeless people, sadly, in Washington, D.C. But the moment I need to see one, there's none around. And I can't take this to the Capitol with me because I'll never get it through security. Who takes banana bread to the Capitol? So I've got to find somebody. Maybe there's somebody down here. Let's have a look. A lot of people have said, is DC safe now? The whole reason I'm here is because it's been on my bucket list for decades. And I never did it because I heard that it was so violent here and so crime-ridden. And I've honestly not seen any evidence of that. So maybe it never was crime-ridden, or maybe it isn't now because of the police. There's a lot of police. And I've seen 3 lots of National Guardsmen walking around. One group of them was guarding the toilets at the Smithsonian. I'm sure that's a local crime hotspot. But, I love the fact that they are giving service to the country in this way. And if that makes the place safer, so be it. This is turning into a complete rerun of the other day. It's now 11:15 and my tour is at 12. So I've got to walk to the Capitol building, which is all the way down there, wherever it is, all the way down there. And I've got 45 minutes to do it in, and it's a 42-minute walk. And they said, if you can, be there an hour before your tour. They don't know who they're dealing with here. I arrive at the last minute, and I go in if you're lucky. Oh, hang on a minute. Excuse me, would you like some banana bread?
Sure.
You're very welcome. I got rid of the banana bread. I was worried I was going to have to throw it away. And one, I paid $10 for it. And 2, it's food. I don't like throwing food away. I think that's very ungracious and ungrateful. So anyway, we're on our way now. And I've got a bit of a lick on. It's blowing a gale and it's really cold. It's like one of those biting winds that eats through your bones and gets into your very cell structure. But I'm going to make it. Do you know what I've just realised? I had my gloves in that bag as well, along with the banana bread. So I have no gloves. I realised that when I wriggle my fingers. And he has got a new pair of gloves, basically. Well, maybe that was supposed to happen. Maybe he needed gloves, being homeless, and I don't. So, well, there you go. That's a good deed that went horribly wrong. Hey, I can buy another pair of gloves. He can't buy a pair. So, there we go. This is the hill part of Capitol Hill that I'm climbing. And honestly, I'm actually quite excited this time. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go in the other day, and today is the right time, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's hard to believe that all the argy-bargy and the sometimes beastly ghastliness all goes on in this building. We see it on TV, but of course it seems far distant, removed, aloof when it's on TV, but it's actually going on inside this building. Absolutely amazing. I'm just so impressed with DC, I really am. I'm now officially in the building. I got stopped by security because I had lip balm in my pocket. What's that in your pocket? It's just something for my lips, they're dry. I got all panicky. But now we're in Emancipation Hall for the tour. How exciting is this? This is one of the original slave-carved pillars. I just get the practical effect of it. You know when you sharpen a pencil, if you do it with a knife and you basically just shave it off? That's what that felt like. Just practical, nothing particularly interesting. When I touch this, it feels like bed sheets tied together and it's unraveling. Like somebody's pulling it and it's unraveling. Is that how it was pulled into place with ropes or something? I am a little confused about why there were bed sheets coming out of the pillar there. I mean, they were like knotted in various things, in various places, and then they went off over there as though they were being pulled. Something was being dragged. And when I touched the pillar downstairs, it was like I had no shirt on and I was rubbing against stone and it was taking the surface of my flesh off. Something to do with the building of it, obviously, and the hard work, maybe. But it took all the skin off my back and my shoulder, and my arm. Wow. I think this is just all about the labours that went into building this thing. It is incredibly difficult to do pictures for anything or anywhere when I'm surrounded by people. I'm sure they're lovely people, but their energy confuses me. It is just interference in my head. But I went into the old Senate chamber and I lagged behind after the group had gone. And it's magnificent, it's absolutely beautiful. But more than that, I actually felt half asphyxiated. I had this massive kind of heart attacky feeling on my chest here. So there's something there that was very oppressive. Maybe the attitude back then when they used that was not good. Maybe there was corruption or something, or they weren't doing it in the right spirit. But I felt really asphyxiated. I felt frustrated. I felt like I couldn't express myself in the way that I wanted to express myself. Let me just touch the pillar here and see what happens. Without the group. Oh, it's like somebody has grabbed my wrist and is pulling me down. It's like there's somebody inside it and I didn't know they were inside it. And when I come too close, they reach out and grab me. It's like, pay attention. Take this seriously. Look what we did. Or look what this is. Don't take this lightly. This is serious. We did this for you. Or something like that. Whoever that is. Whoever that is. But that was the intention behind it. The underlying intention behind the construction was take this seriously. This matters. This is important. We're doing this for you. There are a ton of statues in this place, but even though they're of famous people, there's no point in me testing the energy, because all I'll get is the energy of the artist or the sculptor or whoever. I won't actually get pictures for the person themselves. Otherwise I'll be able to do Ronald Reagan and Rosa Parks and whoever this is. It just doesn't work. It's so funny how everything is a lesson. They even have to teach you the story behind macaroni and cheese while you're here. I'd like to be able to say that I ate something in the Capitol restaurant, but I've walked up and down and there's literally nothing I can eat. I think everything would bring me out in a rash, so I might skip it actually. But I am tempted just to risk my health for the sake of saying I did it. This sandwich brings together in one place all the constituent elements of things I should never put in my body. And yet I'm going to, because I'm on a trip and I don't mind if I get ill on the way home. I had them take the cheese out before they made it, because I really couldn't eat the cheese, but this is actually really good. Boy, am I going to pay a price for this. This is a House of Representatives pass, which enables me to get into the House of Representatives right now. Apparently, if you go across the street to a different building, you can get one of these and a Senate pass. And it's really easy if you're a foreigner, like I am, basically. But I have no proof on me that I'm British. And you have to have actual proof, like your passport or whatever, on you. I said, listen to my voice. Nothing is more British than that. And they just looked at me in a kind of pitying way and thought, what a fool. So apparently my voice, my accent, does nothing to get me into the Senate chamber, but apparently I can get into the House of Representatives. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. Well, that was a peculiar moment. I went in this door here, and you can get into the gallery, even though it turns out the House of Representatives is not in session today, so there's nothing to actually see other than the room. And in order to see the empty room with nothing going on, you have to hand over all your possessions to a guy, a security guard. And it's weird. I'm so attached to my possessions, like my camera and my iPad and stuff, that I just said no. I said, I'm sorry, I'd rather not. It's like saying, please, we need both your arms before you can go inside. I was like, I'm not giving up my arms at all. So I decided in the end that I would not go and see it. I mean, I might have done if the House of Representatives had actually been in session, but it's not. So what's the point, really? And I am very, very tied to my iPad. All my pictures are on it. Without that, I am nothing. So we're not going to do that. I think I'm just going to leave now. I think I'm just going to go. I've seen enough, and I'm sure I'm going to come out in a rash very shortly from that sandwich, so I need to be out of the building. So there we go, done. And extremely interesting. Very impressive. I'm sure everybody who goes there thinks that. And I don't know how you could ever work in that building in any capacity and not feel dwarfed by it, impressed by it, daunted even by it. Very, very interesting all around, and quite glorious. You really do feel the weight of a nation descend upon you, on your shoulders, as you're walking around. Although it's pretty hard to describe, when I only have mere words to do it, how much the tour guide seemed to hate me. In every single room he goes, anybody got any questions? Nobody did. And I hate those kind of silences, so I came up with questions and I asked them. I asked 3 actually altogether, and he seemed to despise the very questions. and walked away while I was still talking to him. So what could I possibly have done? I mean, they were perfectly reasonable questions, but he seemed to dislike the fact that I'd asked anything. So maybe that's his trick, really. Has anybody got any questions, knowing full well that nobody ever asks questions? And then a guy in the middle starts piping up with one question after another, and it's like, oh my God, please shut up. And he walked away. Or maybe he was just ill. He kept sniffing all the time, so maybe I assume that was illness. Maybe he was ill and having an off day. And it can't be fun delivering that same speech and walking from room to room in the same way 100 times a day with a whole bunch of other people each time. I mean, you pretend you like seeing them, you pretend you're happy, and you pretend you care. But, and I'm sure when you start out you probably do care, but really, can you still care when you've done it for years, for thousands and thousands of people? I don't know. But even the simple question like, will everybody put their hand up if you can hear me? And nobody put their hand up. It's like, we're standing right here. Of course we can hear you. But it was just one of those moments that seemed to just annoy him enormously. Wow. Washington, D.C., home of possibly the most hideous sculpture I have ever laid eyes on in my entire life. What is that? It's like a transformer crossed with a satellite, crossed with just a jumble of other stuff. Oh, wow, that's terrible. One of the things about the visionaries who created these monstrous buildings with lots of floors and stairs and stuff is that as smart as they were, they hadn't envisioned that there would be elevators one day. And so everything is like 5 flights of stairs up, and you're exhausted by the time you get up to it. But apparently all the main paintings are on this floor in the west side of the art gallery. What is it about the way I look that suggests that I am lost all the time? Somebody just walked up to me, a guide from the gallery, and said, "Are you okay? What are you looking for?" I mean, I'm looking for a painting, but do I look really, really lost? I don't. Everybody thinks I'm lost. There were times in history when it seemed like everybody could paint, and paint really, really well. But you don't remember the paintings, they're just one big flow of art. But obviously anything by Manet or Pissarro or Cézanne or Monet, they're famous for a reason. And they manage to conjure up feelings that other painters can't do. They're just producing art, whereas the Impressionists managed to evoke a feeling. This is by Claude Monet, Ships Riding on the Seine at Rouen. So let's see what energy I get from this. There's a window between the ships themselves and him. So he's not just sitting on a quayside. He's either in a house or in some kind of structure looking out at the boats. And there's something, it's almost like there are curtains coming in, something flapping above his head, and he's trying to peer through them. Maybe they built a little tent over him while he painted, so that his easel didn't get knocked over by the wind or whatever. But yeah, there's some kind of structure over him while he's painting. The moment I laid eyes on that painting by Auguste Renoir, The Woman with the Cat, it was as though 10,000 tears poured out of it. Oh, somebody released a tank of water from behind the painting and it all flushed out. It's very sad. She may have been holding the cat for comfort. He may have painted her to make up for something that had happened, or to take her mind off something bad, or he was sad, possibly. But there's a tremendous number of tears attached to that painting. I wonder if she died. Maybe that would That would account for it too. This is by Paul Cézanne, and it's a painting of a kid who lived from 1879 to 1890, so he died at the age of 11. Let's just see what was going on with this painting when it was done. It was like somebody gouging something out of the... is this done while he was alive? This may have been done after he died, perhaps, because it's like somebody's digging a hole in the ground for a grave. Or a hole in the ground, anyway. There's shoveling going on between Cézanne and the kid. So there must be some kind of connection there. Some feeling of sadness. Again, real sadness. This is by Edouard Manet. I'm a huge fan of Edouard Manet. This is George Moore in the Artist's Garden. I'm not a fan of George Moore because I've never heard of him. But let me just see what George Moore was thinking while he was being painted. He was very stiff. Sort of obliging, like, you want me to sit here? Okay, I'll sit here while you paint me. But not very emotional, not very flexible. Just like, oh, okay, I'm going to sit here. And are you done yet? I mean, he looks on the face of it quite flamboyant, a bit of a dandy even, and he may have been. But there's a rigidity to him as a subject that probably makes him fun at parties, but I imagine everybody goes around the corner and laughs at him or something. Yeah. I can imagine Manet wanting to paint him, but I wouldn't want to know him as a person, probably. I always find portrait galleries particularly sad because, first of all the people depicted in the portraits are dead, usually. And secondly, they're dead. That's the same point twice. But what irks me is that they had dreams and ambitions and destinies, but they just remind us that we're mortal and finite, and one day we'll be gone too, and we won't be painted. Nobody will remember people like me. Which means you have to find your soul's path while you can. And don't neglect your gifts, don't neglect the course you were put here to take. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe all these people lived exemplary lives and fulfilled their ambitions, but it does make me feel infinitesimally small and insignificant. Okay, I'm done. There's only so much beauty and perfection and emotion I can take in one sitting. At some point I simply have to leave because it's overwhelming for me. All you're getting is painters expressing their deepest feelings in their artwork, and I can only accept so much of those feelings before I have to quit. So it's quitting time. But that was very, very informative and very, very entertaining in its way. It just took its toll on my sensibilities eventually. Fun, nice place, great place to come if you're into art and you want to spend some time in the company of Cézanne, Monet, Manet, and Renoir. And they have a Van Gogh somewhere, or Van Gogh. I didn't find that. And that man's emotions were a mess anyway, so I don't really want to get involved in those today. But really good. Really, really excellent collection. And some very attentive guards, by the way, security guards. They are so helpful and so nice. You can ask them anything. They don't necessarily know the answer, but they don't mind you asking. And they'll take you to somebody who does know the answer. So yeah, very successful. I'm very glad I came. Oh, there is the guy I gave the banana bread to. and he's wearing my gloves. Aww, that is the best thing. It was worth losing them for that. Godspeed, my friend. May you stay warm in this bitingly cold wind.